welcome to this week's video. I'm Dorka and today we are going to be talking about 6 tricks that changed my life from being a negative thinker to a positive one. When I was in my young teenage lives, I used to be really a pessimistic person, meaning that in every situation I didn't really think that it could have a positive outcome. But when I turned 18, I think it all changed. And I realized that I would like to share these 6 tricks so it might help you to view life a little bit in like a more positive way, because I think that life is great and everyone should be able to think positively and happily about life. So let's start. I also forgot to mention that with every single trick I would love to bring you an example so you can see that I'm not just throwing words away, but I'm actually bringing an evidence so that you know it works, because it truly worked for me. The first one I would like to start with is one decision. It takes literally one decision to decide that you want to be a positive thinker. And I know that it doesn't work overnight, because it didn't work overnight with me. It took years for me to become a positive person and not remain as a negative one. So what do I mean by one decision? If you tell your brain that from now on you will look on the bright side of every single thing, trust me, you are halfway there. Because 50% is the decision itself, and the rest 50% is the work that needs to be done. Now, I would like to tell you that making this decision is really hard. Because if you're a negative person, you obviously think that it's not going to work, like it's not going to change, and you are not willing to take that step. But once you take that step, you already reached 50%. And then, after, the rest 50% is not going to be as hard as the first was.
What?
Let's say an example. My example is related to YouTube, because when I was 14, I had a YouTube channel. I posted like 2 videos, so it wasn't a big thing, because a lot of people told me not to do it, quit, you're not gonna be famous, and stuff like that. And I cared. Man, I was 14, and I cared so much of what people thought back in time of me. And when this time I wanted to start a YouTube channel, all the thoughts came back to my face. And I was like, what if people will judge me again? What if people will say that I shouldn't do it? And I was like, you know what? I don't care. I don't care if you or your family or your friends tell me that my videos are not good. I'm aware, because I'm still a beginner, but I like doing it. I don't care about the haters. I just don't care what other people think, because I am happy. I like what I'm doing. And I made the decision. It was really hard for me to make that decision to start a YouTube channel again. I remember I was debating. I was putting votes on my Instagram to see if people wanted me to have a YouTube channel. And I was like, wait, why do I care about what other people think? Do I want to do it? Yes. Do I have time for it? Yes. Am I going to be able to face the haters? Yes. And here I am doing YouTube. I made the first 50% a couple of months ago when I uploaded my first video. And now I'm doing the 50%, the second 50%, the work itself. But I made that decision, and I am just being so happy doing YouTube. I don't care what people say. I don't care if there are hater comments under my video. I don't. Because I like doing it, and I didn't care. So one step, one decision, and you manage to do half of the work. The second trick that I use and love in my everyday life is the motivation. Why do you want to be a positive thinker? Why? Is it because your family wants you to be? Is it because your friends? Is it because your teachers? Or is it because of you? Don't be a positive person because you want your mom to be proud of you or because you want your dad to be proud of you. Obviously, those factors were driving me too to become a better person. But the main core was inside of me, in my personality. Because when I was 17, I thought, let's be positive, I was going to live for 70 more years. Do I want to live 70 more years being a negative person or a positive one? And I was like, you know what? I want to be positive because 70 years are a long time. And if I'm going to cry every day, if I'm going to look on the dark side of everything for 70 straight years, I'm going to have a really bad life. And I didn't want that. I didn't want that. And because of that, I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to change because of myself, because I want to have a happy, a healthy, and just a great life. So your motivation should be yourself. Yourself in 5 years, 10 years, 70 years. It's never too late. Remember this, it's never too late. The third trick that I'm going to be talking about is the yin-yang effect. If you don't know what a yin-yang effect is, in my vocabulary, yin-yang effect is every situation that happens to you has a dark side and a bright side. Because you know that yin-yang has the black and the white side of itself. Yeah. So, I live to a phrase that life isn't good or bad. Something happens in life, and the way you react to it is good or bad. The situation that happens is not good or bad. Your attitude towards that situation is good or bad. Let me bring you an example. Last semester, I failed an exam. I was crying for days. I was desperate to get a 5 from that subject, but I got an F. And I was so sad, and I was like, okay, like I gotta move on. I luckily had the chance to write another exam. And I was like, okay, what did I do wrong with my first exam? I didn't study the material, I was too stressed. For the second exam, I prepared in another way. And I passed with a 5. Now, obviously, I don't think that it was useful until the second semester of my university, where I had the same subject with a little bit more information. But the second semester, the exam from that subject was from the same material, and I passed for the first time with flying colors. Why? Because I had to do another exam where I prepared in another way. I usually just study in a wrong way. Like I usually just study the material and then forget it the next day. But when I had to prepare for my second exam, I studied in a more meaningful way. And that's why I remembered everything, even in the second semester, like half year later. So I look at that situation, a positive situation that I failed my exam, because I took the chance to study the material in a better way and I benefited from it in the second semester. So you might think that something bad happens in your life and oh my gosh, my life is over. But it's not, trust me. Later in time, you will see the benefits of that bad situation because it either works you as a person, you become a better person, or you gain something, money, experience, lessons. So everything has a bright side, and sometimes it's really hard to find it. Trust me. Sometimes when bad things happen to me, I always sit down and be like, okay, I need to find the bright side of it. And I actually make some lists about the things that happened. And I don't know, it's really hard. And trust me, sometimes when I'm talking about extreme situations like death of your beloved one, or losing your job, I mean, it's really hard to find the bright side of extreme situations. But you gotta stay strong. You gotta stay strong and keep going, because later you will be happy. The fourth one is the happy moments. I think that it needs a little bit of explanation. So, happy moments. Remember in your life a time where you were really, really happy because something happened. I'm gonna give you like 2 seconds to remember something. Okay, 2 seconds are done. So, you picture that happy moment in your head. Just remember the feeling you felt when you were happy. Do you want to experience that happiness again? It doesn't matter why you were happy. It doesn't matter what caused you that happiness. It matters that you had that feeling. You can have every single day. Why? Because you can teach yourself to be happy every single day. You gotta remember those happy moments that you just found back in your memory. And once you find those happy memories, you will thrive yourself to be a positive thinker, because you always want to feel that happiness you felt before. And this helps me so much. When I'm on my lowest, I remember and I'm like, wow, happy moments in my life when I usually travel. So every time I'm down, I'm like, okay, let's just go back in time when I was in Greece, for example. And I'm like, I was so happy. And I'm not gonna let a failed exam, a broken friendship, losing money, I'm not gonna let those things affect me, because I wanna feel the same happiness I felt when I was in Greece. Although, yes, I had that money, I had that friendship, I haven't failed that exam. But I was happy, and the feeling, always the feeling matters, not the object, because the object will be gone. The object will come later. If you lost money, you will get that money back. But it's the feeling which is consistent. The feeling is that you need to feel happy every single day. Wow, the fifth one is it's going to be a little bit of physicist. The law of attraction. Now I'm not going into a physics lesson. I just wanted to say that my last exam, I was so stressed, and I was calling a friend, a really good friend of mine, and he told me that you should believe that you can do the exam, and it will attract, because what you want will find you. And I was like, you know what? I'm positive. I can do this exam. I prepared for it. I watched all the videos. I did all the exercises. I can do it. I'm gonna have an A. And before the exam, I switched my mind to this mindset that, okay, I'm gonna pass this exam. I'm gonna get a good grade, because I believed in it. I attracted this feeling. And guess my score. I'm gonna give you 2 seconds to guess the score. Okay, you guessed it right. I got 96 points out of 100. Why? Because I attracted positive thoughts before the exam. I attracted strength and optimism, and I managed to do it. Trust me or not, this works 100%. So next time you are doing something that you are afraid of or scared of, or if you just don't believe in yourself, attract the positive thoughts. Switch your mind to a positive one. Trust me, you will do well. And the last one, which you cannot really control, but I just wanted to tell you this in order if you are dealing with something bad and you don't think that it will pass. Time. The sixth trip is time. Why time? Because, trust me or not, time heals everything. I know what you're thinking right now. What are you talking about? Like, time is not going to heal anything. Trust me, it is going to. Let's go back to 2017 when I was in a really low place. I don't want to go into the details why, but I thought that I could never be able to feel happy again. Yes, I was 16. I know, I was just a stupid teenager. Yes, I agree now, because now I'm 20, and I can tell that time healed everything. I was basically sad for about a summer. So 3 months, but I claim that to be the lowest point of my life. I was sad for 3 months, and in September, this happened, and I was happy again. Now, you might say that, wow, you weren't even that sad. Yes, I was, but time happened, and when I was sad because of a boy. Okay, let's spill some tea. I was really sad because of a boy. But in September, I went back to school, and my friends came, and school came, so I wasn't focusing on the boy. And I can remember November, I didn't even think of that boy. I didn't even look if he was online or not. Because, yeah, I'm the type of person, if I have a crush, I always look whether he is online, when he was online last time, because I just like to make sure that what he's doing. Okay, never mind. So, time. I had to suffer for 3 months, but then, suddenly, it was gone. So trust me, it's going to be okay. Maybe not in a moment, not in a week, not in a month, not in a year, but it's going to be okay. You don't have to trust me, but you can trust my evidence, which is basically me, but you know what I meant. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I really enjoyed this video. I hope that I managed to help at least a little bit of your way of thinking. All I wanted to add is that obviously I'm not a 100% positive person. There are some days when I feel low. There are some days when I can't keep up the positive image, especially that I post a lot on Snapchat or Instagram. So sometimes I just need to cover up my feelings. But everything I said in this video was genuine, and I still learn how to be a 100% positive person. Yeah. But I hope that I managed to help you a little bit. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this video, or if you're willing to watch more videos like this one, because I'm planning to do. I hope that you're having an amazing day, and I'm gonna see you guys in my next video. Bye!